Hey everyone, I just want to talk about your safety gear when you're out there. So make sure when you're flagging you do have a class 2 vest on. So in order to be class 2 you have to have 775 inches of background material, which is orange, yellow, or red. And then you also have to have 225 square inches of the retro-reflective striping, and it needs to either go over your shoulder or over the sleeves, and you also have to have it encircling your torso. Make sure that you're keeping this buttoned up all the time. This one's Velcro, but you don't want to be flagging like this. You need to make sure that it's buttoned up, or however, you can have a zipper, but you need to make sure that this part right here is connected so that you have a solid line. I like this type of vest because the mesh is really light during the summer, and I also like it because the color, which is the yellow chartreuse, it creates a really nice contrast when you're standing next to a bunch of orange barrels or orange candlesticks. So you definitely don't want to blend in with the cones and the barrels because it's a little bit more difficult for traffic to see you. This is another type of vest. This is more of a grade checking vest. So just want to show you the company I used to work for. Great company. So if you ever get a chance to work for them, yeah, they're really good. So these grade checking vests have a lot of pockets for like pencils and notepads, but the problem is that they're really heavy, and it's just not necessary for you to have one like this. And plus, this one is more expensive. This one is probably around $50, and this one was $8. So that's just a couple of different things that I like about the vest. These are nice because they have more pockets. I did notice that this one doesn't have a loop. So let me see if this one, so this one has, something you can attach a radio to. So it just depends on what you want. Obviously this one is cheap and light. And then, like I said, I like the yellow color because it does stand out really well. So just make sure you keep those things in mind when you go to buy your gear, because you don't want it to be